So, Breece, how nice was the opening drive? I think it was the first opening touchdown drive you guys have had since last season.
Yeah, it was smooth sailing. Went down, got everything we wanted. Three third down. Was it 3 or 4 third down conversions, and put the ball in the end zone. That's what a good offense looks like.
Then how were they able to kind of bottle you guys up there towards the end of the game?
Honestly, it was really just on us not making plays. I felt like Justin played his tail off today. He put the ball out there. We just got to do a better job of making plays for him. Not every ball is going to be perfect. And not every situation is going to be ideal. But at the end of the day, you got to still find a way to make a play. So I feel like as a skill group, we got to do a better job of making it easier for our O-line and quarterback.
When he's involved in the running game like that, I'm talking about Justin, how much harder is that for you to defend when you got him going, when you're going like on that opening drive?
Yeah, it's definitely hard to defend, but like I said, at the end of the day, we got to make more plays on third down. Can't have bad penalties, which we didn't have too many today, but we had enough to hurt us. And like I said, convert when it matters. So that was a tale of today. They made more plays than we did.
2 targets in the passing game. Was it something the Patriots were doing just to kind of take you away from that?
Nah, nothing that we're doing. I know for most defenses I'm gonna get a lot of attention. So it's up for other guys to make plays. And like I said, today we just didn't make enough plays as a whole. So we got to get back to the drawing board and figure it out. I feel like Justin did his thing today, and we got to do a better job of making the game easier for him, just like he wants to make it as easy for us.
Aaron, when we were talking to Aaron just before, he mentioned how they don't want to rely on Justin too much. You want to avoid as much contact as possible with the quarterback.
Right.
But, they don't want to turn him into a running back. Is there a tendency maybe to rely on him too much, or how do you balance that?
No, I feel like run game is going to be run game. If you got a quarterback that can run, sometimes he's going to have to keep the ball. That's what the defense is allowing them to do. So. He's just as bigger than me a little bit, so he could handle it. You never want your quarterback taking too many hits, but like I said, I feel like today didn't have anything to do with that. We just didn't make enough plays when the downs mattered on the money downs.
I try to play as close to the end of the whistle, through the whistle as I can, but I can't go that long. I got to hear that whistle, got to stop, got to pull up, and that's definitely something that it's cost the team. So I can't make those mistakes.
That opening drive, how did it feel to dominate that
defense? It was great. It's something that we want to be able to sustain through the whole game, and they're obviously gonna try and get bigger than you, try and to be able to stop the run, and we got to do whatever's necessary to keep getting the job done, keep being able to run the ball, and I don't think we did that. So we gotta be better.
Looked like, did they adjust somehow to take Justin out of the running game after that first drive?
Yeah, I think so. Which a lot of teams have done. So, we just got to be able to keep hitting those runs, how they're designed, with Breece or, with the running back. So, we just got to make them pay whenever we can.
How heavy were the boxes today?
They were pretty heavy. I think they kind of started getting lighter towards the third quarter and stuff. But that's kind of tail of the tape. That's what we're going to get.
With that play, not to belabor it, but were you angry or fired up, or was just playing to the whistle?
Yeah, it's just playing to the whistle. I just got to be able to kind of not let everything get the best of me. I got to be able to hear that whistle, and I thought maybe the play was still going on, so it's on me 100%. I'm not trying to throw it off on anything else, but I just got to be able to hear that whistle and lock in, and not make those costly mistakes for the team.
But how fine of a line is that for you guys? Because you want to still be aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the things we talk about is towing the line between being overly aggressive, and so it's just something that I can't let happen. It's just costly to the team.
We didn't play to our standard. All the miscommunication out there. Guys not on the same page. Ain't got nothing to do with the coaching style. It bound out to the guys on the field. we got to get that shit right. That's all it about down to.
Is that what kind of led to some of the guys running wide open?
Yeah, you can say that. Just miscommunication. Guys got to get on the same page. We got to make sure everybody get the call across the board. And then from there, we just got to play ball. And, it's imono.
Could that have been due to some of the miscommunications? You have some new guys in the secondary, including, you're fairly new. I mean, there's some moving parts there.
There's no excuse for me. I've been here for a little time now, so the playbook to me is like I've been here from day one. So no excuse for me. But even with the new guys being involved, man, it got nothing to do with them. It bound down to the guys that's been here, like me. So we just got to make sure that we communicate, and that communication got to happen pre-snap. And once we get that, then when we do that, you see we play great ball. But when we're not on the same page and a lot of miscommunication, you see guys make plays on us, and that's something that we got to fix in our defensive room as players.
I don't know if you faced Drake last year, but just what were your thoughts of him in this game?
I played against Drake Mays in college, and I always thought he was a great quarterback. He's versatile. He could throw, he could run. But yes, I did play him last year. It was everything was kind of new to him. He was a rookie, and from playing him last year to this year, he's got way ton better. You could tell he's put the time in, he's put the work in, and kudos to that guy. He played a very good game. And like I say, man, I've been a fan of him since college. So man, kudos to him.
What's it going to take to clean up those miscommunications that you talked about?
I come in, Monday through Friday. When we out there at practice, we in the building, we in the facility, and we can't come into the game and just go out the other ear. We forget to pre-communicate and things like that. So man, we got to be locked in. From the time we walk out there to when the full quarter, the clock hits 0:00. And today I just feel like we didn't do that, including myself. I had 3 penalties, and I got to control what I control. And I don't think I feel like I played the game, and I got to step up to the plate. And I'm self-aware, so I'm always owning up to my mistakes. And if I feel like I played bad, when I go watch the film, I know it probably ain't gonna look that bad, but to me, if you got 3 penalties out of defensive back, that's terrible. So for me, I got to get down to the drawing board and get back in the building and just work, man, and keep going at it and keep stacking those days. So for me, I'll be better. So I'll be better.
Jarvis, the first penalty, when you tackle Diggs, and I guess they said you slammed him, do you kind of know what you're supposed to do there? Because it looked like he was still fighting for yards and you're kind of fighting to get him down.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really say nothing about that. I guess when a guy got forward progress or something like that needs to completely stop, you can't do that. But, man, like I say, man, we out there playing football, man. It's a grown man game, and, it's not intentionally. Just playing with effort, playing hard, and, just nothing I could control. Next time I know better. Next time I just won't do it at all. I'll just hold them up, and things like that. Just you learn from those. It's lessons. So I'll be better next time.